Hey, we're back with another tutorial, this time on using the math object. So visit Canvas and download the Using Math Object for Students file. If you open that up in a browser and take a glance, I've got a quick definition there. There's also a link to the W3C Schools Math Object page, which gives you some information about different methods you can use with the math object. If you would like, this is also in your book if you want to take a glance in your textbook. We've used the math object before when we created random number generators, so this is not totally unfamiliar, but we just wanted to do some quick things so we better understand how to use this object. Okay, after the last text, before the div closes in the body, let's create H3 and we'll call it round method. And what we're doing here is just basically displaying a little list of some different methods for the math object. So math.round x returns the value of x rounded to the nearest integer. Okay, then we're going to create an empty paragraph with an ID. We'll call it round results, and this is going to display the display to the user what happens after we use math.round to round some number. Okay, in your script section, I've created some variables for you. I've named these variables what the value is. So I thought that might kind of help us understand what's going on with our code. Hopefully it's not too confusing. Okay, let's create a new variable called round. And this variable is going to store what happens after we use the round method on this variable. Okay, so remember, math has to be capitalized. It will not work if it's not capitalized, so don't forget that. And then the method is round, and we want to apply it on that variable, 3.25, okay? So now let's print our results to the user, but we want to print the results in such a way that the user understands what happened. So let's get to that ID. So document.getElementById round results, and we'll change the text content. We're going to say the value, like the variable itself, 3.25, and then let's concatenate returns, the actual text return, so a string. And what happens after that code executed is stored in round. So we'll display round. Okay, now let's refresh the page. And over here we have the name of the method, the definition, and then what happened after we use that method on a specific variable. Okay, let's try that again with a different method. This time let's use the minimum method. So H3 minimum method P math.min, and it has two parameters, arguments, whatever. I can't remember. It's been a long day. Smaller of the two numbers, x or y. Okay, so we can give math.min two numbers, and it can tell us which one's the larger of the two numbers. Let's print our results in a paragraph with an ID min results, and then let's go down to our JavaScript and see what happens. So I'm going to create a variable called min. Min is going to store what happens once I use the min method, and let's use the min method on 49 and let's say 8. Okay. Ooh, yeah. Okay, so we want to print our results in min results. Change the text content to what happens, and remember, we want to tell the user, we want to be really clear to the user what happens. So the smaller of the wait, let's do the smaller of 49, the variable, the value of 49 variable, and the value of the 8, the value of 8 variable, is, and then what the results are. So the results are stored in the min variable. Okay. Refresh our page, and there it gives us the definition, and it says the smaller of 49 and 8 is 8. Okay, so it's very clear to the user what we did there. All right, let's try one more. I'm gonna do, let's do square root. Square roots are fun, right? Okay, so math dot, and it's SQRT, returns the square root of x. Let's add an empty paragraph with an ID of sroot results. And that will be where our results are displayed. Okay, I'm going to create a variable. I'm going to call it square root. It's going to store what happens after I execute that square root method, and let's execute it on the variable called 16. I want to print my results to the sroot results. We want to change the text content, and we want to display to the user something very clear of what happened there. So the square root of concatenated with the variable 16. We'll say the word is, and concatenated with the variable that stores what happened after we executed the square root method. Okay, and if we refresh, the square root of 16 is 4. Okay, so your challenge is, for the rest of this project, I want you to add 3 more methods to this document. Okay, you can use your textbook to find the methods, or you can use W3C Schools. Each one should have the name of the method, a definition of the method, and then it should display the results in a way that the user understands what variables were used in the square root or in the method, like here, here, here. See, we use those in sentences to display to the user, and then also what the results are. Okay, so basically you're repeating this process that we just did with these 3 methods, and you're going to choose 3 different methods that you'll use with the user. Okay, once you finish it, submit it in the Using Math Object submission area on Canvas. If you have any questions, email me and I'll be glad to help you. Okay, good luck and happy coding!